CEO calls for you, the new employee that joined the company 3 days ago. Upon meeting him, he looks down on you and your current situation, firing you on the act. But once he takes you to his house and makes you strange offers, you see a different side you wouldn't have imagined minutes ago. You joined a big company recently. You needed a job ASAP, so this person had you send resume left and right. After all, you were recently evicted, live at a friend's apartment, and still needed to pay for your student loan. You're currently doomed, but as a miracle, you're now employed. But things are already not sounding good. It's the end of your third day, and you received an email earlier that wasn't. The CEO wants to see you. You're on his way to his office, shaking nervously as if you're jelly. Once you find yourself in front of his door, you knock and open it slowly. Take a seat. With just that sentence, you see that he's not happy. At all. You meekly make your way to his desk and sit on the chair in front of him. He has your resume in hand and some other documents. All of these documents are related to you. I do background checks on every single employee to see what sort of person I'm hiring. Now, let's see. He picks up all the documents. So, you're still very young, studying college, has mediocre grades and a barely acceptable presency ratio. You were fired from your last job due to poor performance. You owe a considerable amount of money on student loans. Was recently evicted from your home and lives at a friend's apartment as a favor until he can find your own place again. Am I correct? You answered yes. Everything he said was right, but you decided to question why the background check was so deep, just for him to interrupt you. Well, that means I hired some nobody on the road who excels at basically nothing. Isn't exactly competent to do his work, isn't responsible enough for stepping checks, and basically lives desperately trying to survive without any sort of goals. You feel the sting of his words. The hairs somehow also feel colder. You notice the CEO isn't happy. He looks at you with utter disappointment. Do you realize that this is one of the biggest companies in our country, right? That's why we don't work with mediocrity. We work with excellence. Our standards are high, very, very high. So our employees are selected because they are able to meet the standard, which is not your case at all. You said that you're going to do your best and that you'll adapt to the company standard, but that makes him slam the table with his hands. Huh? Do your best. Adapt to the standards. With this resume? Who are you trying to convince? Do you think that I'm joking around? Your emotion began to rise, but you tried to hold back your tears. Upon seeing your face, he sighed loudly and tosses the document on the table. This is fucking why I shouldn't have left this at the AR's hands. While I was on a business trip. The first time I let them pick someone and they make the worst pick possible. You finally let your tears fall down upon hearing that, begging for a chance to prove that you can do it. However, his face doesn't change. Your tears aren't fucking going to convince me. You're fired. You're not up for working here. I'll take the year to pay you for the days you work. Now pack your stuff. Tearful, you leave the room running, but not without saying your piece. You don't even care about embarrassing yourself, but you tell him that it was being completely unfair, that you could do whatever he could order you to, and that you were mediocre, but you could have been competent enough to get better, and stormed out of the room. He looks at the door, unsurprised. Huh. Is that so? You wait for everyone to leave before you pack your stuff. You're still in tears, but you have no say in this situation anymore. As you're ready to leave, the CEO appears at your department. Still here. Well, that works. Come, I still have something to speak with you. You said that you're not going anywhere since he isn't your boss anymore, and you're unemployed once again. However, instead of answering, he silently picks up your stuff. Then if you want your stuff back, come with me now. You try to take them back by force, but he's stronger than you. Seeing as he is intent on being a jerk till the very end, you give up and follow him. Once you get to the elevator, it takes you to a different floor. You remind yourself that you are instructed to never access the floor of the certain button he picked. Once you reach the floor, there's a black sliding door facing you as you go into the corridor. Don't just stand there. Go in. You go inside the door, just to enter in a highly luxurious apartment, filled with items that you would never be able to buy, no matter how hard you work. You look at him, utterly shocked and unable to express yourself with words. You see, this is the fruit of my labor. It's what my demand for high standard and excellent quality bought me. You convince yourself that he's pretty snobbish and only brought you to rub salt on your wound. You ask for your stuff once again. Not until you listen to the deal I have to propose. You ask why he brought you there instead of going to his office. Because camera exists. I have controlled them, sure, but security also has control. If I bring you there and deactivate the camera, it raises suspicion, and I don't want that. Now, sit. You say that you won't sit, but he ignores you. Sit and puts your stuff right next to him. You sit on the other sofa. Once you feel its fluffiness, you sort of want to drown in. As you start to feel comfortable, you hear a rather quiet snicker and return back to reality. Anyway, let's start talking. So, you are in deep trouble. More now than ever since, you're unemployed again. Your friend may let you live with them for a couple of days, but they definitely get tired of holding you back. You say that you don't need a reminder, that you plan to leave as soon as you start gaining a stable income again, and that you don't need him to act like he cares when he doesn't. That's true. I shouldn't care at all. Somber problem. Which is why I'm trying to give you a chance of getting back to a stable life. Unless, of course, you want to stay at this. You decide to reluctantly listen to his offer, although you have already decided not to accept it. My offer is that you live here with me. You look at him and laugh. You joke about the situation, since he fired you and now offers his home for free. But you look at him and he isn't laughing. Are you done? I'm waiting for an answer now. You ask if he's being serious about what he just said. Yes, I'm serious. I'm giving you a chance to get back on your feet. I'm gonna help you with your loans if you'd like. You look at him confused. You decided to question his reason for wanting to help you like he's doing. My reason to help you. Are you sure you want to hear it? You notice his tone change a little, but you still say that you want. That's what you want. I'll give you my reason. He gets up and goes at you. You quickly get up and try to run. You forget about your stuff and ran to the door, but he locked it before you could reach it. You slammed the door helplessly in the hope that someone would hear it. There's no one else in this floor. Weren't you instructed to never come here? The reason is because this is my house. No one comes here unless I let them. You back turn just to see him pinning you against the door. You have nowhere to escape. Now, before you left my office, you said that you were able to do everything I ordered you to, didn't you? Well, I took you up on that offer as your payment for living here with me. And my first wish is... He kisses you, gently and calmly, without using force. His tongue isn't in, it's just kissing you with his lips. And yet, you feel powerless, dwelling in the pleasure with someone you begin to hate today. As he breaks it, he licks your lips before looking at you with a smile you didn't think was possible. Taste it. As expected, irresistible. Kinda makes me want more. His tone changed. He was no longer speaking coldly. Now, he was being highly flirty, as if he trying to conquer you, seduce you. Before he could advance at your lips again, You stop him with your hands and just totally confused. Why? Why? Because I find you actually adorable. When you're happy, sad, angry, I find you overly attractive. And not just me, but many people inside the company like you already. And I can't afford to lose you to nobodies like them. Your question that the CEO basically called you a nobody and now is calling all the people nobodies while you are special. That. Well, I can't deny what I said. And unfortunately, this is true. After all, at the end of the day, you are a mediocre person. You keep questioning him. Why did Araj even hire you if you're mediocre and not up to his standard? And why didn't stop him from hiring you? Please, I was lying. The decision to hire you was mine. At the end of the day, no hiring was approved without my saying in the matter. Once I saw your photo and your resume, I instantly fell in love with your charming face. And that was convincing enough for me to hire you. You said that this whole situation is ridiculous, and why would he hire you superficially like that? Because I wanted you. And the only way I could reach you was by hiring you, firing you, and bringing you here in the company. I could only see you from a distance. But now I have you close to me. He get close to your face, almost kissing you. He's holding your wrist so that you won't stop him. Now you know my reason. I love you. I want you. Do you accept my terms then? You can stay here, free of charge, as long as you let me dote on you. I'll kiss you, shower you with my love, every single day. You nervously question if this is a good idea. You tell that you didn't plan to become someone's sugar baby. Sugar baby, huh? I don't mind that at all. We can start things up like this and slowly make progress until this becomes natural and we become lovers. So, what do you say? He looks fiercely at you. Yet, with the same smile he's been portraying for the past few minutes, he's now holding your face with his face, sweeping his finger gently and slowly, caressing you like a doll. You're somewhat scared of him. Yet, you know of your necessity. If they keep up, you're going to face more problem. At the end of the day, you say yes. Really? I knew you would make the right choice after all. Don't you worry, I have your life fixed in an instant. And your love life will never be the same again. The CEO kisses you again in the same way as before, since your body isn't resisting and you lost train. He picks you up and looks at the sofa. Now, let's not think about anything else. I'll cuddle you all night long until you fall asleep. Darling.